Alrighty, good morning, Arkansas. This is Assistant Chief Forecaster Cameron back here once again. I'm here to give you guys a live update on what to expect as we get towards this afternoon and this evening, going over all the information and stuff like that. So, first off, before I go over anything, I'm going to ask everybody that is here for patience, okay? We've been blowing up all morning about updates and stuff like that. Everything is on the page, okay? I want to stress that right now. I know everybody's anxiety is way through the roof right now, trying to get stuff done and stuff like that. Take it easy, guys, okay? We're trying to get to as many people as physically possible. No need for the unnecessary frustration and all the other stuff. So keep that in mind across the board here, okay? But good Thursday morning, Arkansas. This is Assistant Chief Forecaster Cameron back here once again. We're going to talk about the snow ongoing across the board in northwestern Arkansas, up in northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas, and southwestern Missouri at this point. I'm going to go over all your alerts. I'm going to go over all the timing and stuff like that. So take it easy, guys. Okay, so this is what we got at this point. We got a couple of snow reports coming in. Now, there's a couple of notable things that we've seen this morning, and I talked to you guys about this. This potential that we could see the system start to slow down, a little stronger than normal. The trough could be a further bit to the south. So there's a lot of notable differences this morning, what we got on radar at this point versus what guidance says at this time here. But if you're in northwestern Arkansas, you're seeing the snow right now. We've probably got some freezing mist, some flurries going on near the Fort Smith area at this point. But you can take a look at your band of snow up here in northeastern Oklahoma and southwestern Missouri. That will push southeast into the state as we get towards later this afternoon and into this evening here. So watch out for that. The winter weather advisory goes for much of the state, except for the farthest row of counties. At this current point, it's going to go for, you guys probably already saw by now, upwards to 1 to 2 inches of snow, and also the potential of flash freeze across the area as well. So this is what we got at this point. Let's go ahead and zoom down to northwestern Arkansas at this time here. We're going to loop the radar for the last 6 hours here, and you guys can see we've had some snow flurries. Also, for other areas across the state, we've had some mist, even some shower activity across central Arkansas, down into southern Arkansas, southeastern Arkansas this morning, which has led to roadways being wet, your sidewalks being wet, and those are going to be your main concerns as we get towards this afternoon and into this evening here as that colder air begins to move in from the northwest. So this is what we got at this point. You can see there's a band right here coming into Fort Smith right now. This is probably a combination of flurries or some freezing drizzle and stuff like that. This band will make it into central Arkansas by the time we get towards the next hour or so. And then this bigger band coming in from northeastern Oklahoma and southwestern Missouri, that will come into northwestern Arkansas within the next hour as well here. So let's take a look at temperatures for just a bit. And this is an awesome feature that I have on here. This is going to be your 32-degree line here. So basically, from this blue line to the west of that blue line is 32 degrees or below. And this is what we got at this point. So you can see your 32-degree line crashing into northwestern Arkansas. This is approaching central Arkansas pretty quickly. So if you're out traveling, you're out getting stuff at the grocery store, you got to make it quick, guys, okay? Because once this passes through, any roadways or any sidewalks that are wet is going to be iced over by the time it gets towards this afternoon here, because temperatures are going to rapidly drop across the area here. But you can see right there, there's your 32-degree line coming in. It's right there in Fort Smith. There's your rain. You can see the rain transitioning over from rain to sleet to snow behind the 32-degree line. And if you zoom this out, you can see deeply where this Arctic air mass, this Siberian cold air coming in from the northwest, coming out of the plains at this point. And you see these pinks and even some bright whites up here. That's where temperatures are sub-zero, and even in some cases upwards to -10 to -20 up here in Kansas and Nebraska and stuff like that. Those type of temperatures are going to move into Arkansas as we get towards the next, I would say, 5 to 6 hours from now here. But there's your leading edge of your cold air, and you can see how far it's expanding down into the area here. Look, it's going all the way down into central Texas, fixing to make its way over into northeastern Texas as well, rapidly approaching central Arkansas at this current time. And you can see back to the north and west, all of these reports, these are all snow reports, wind reports, all of these reports coming over the last 6 hours, guys. So it's been very, very busy for our folks up here in the Midwest at this point, and this is going to continue to move to the south and east here throughout the rest of your day here. So let's go ahead and talk to you guys about that winter weather advisory here. So this is going to go for most areas until 9 p.m. this evening. Some areas could end in, especially northwestern Arkansas, at 6. Snowfall up to 2 inches, especially for our folks north of I-40. That's basically from Arkadelphia to Brinkley to Memphis north. Flash freeze is likely and will result in hazardous travel, and wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour could cause some whiteout conditions, especially for our folks up there in northern Arkansas and northwestern Arkansas as we get towards later this afternoon and into this evening here. Okay, now let's tell you guys about this as well. This is also very important, not just the snows. I talked to you guys over the last day or so. Don't focus on just the winter weather side of things, the snowfall side of things. Focus on those temperatures as well, those wind chills, because if you get stuck or stranded or something like that, yes, the snow is important, but you're going to be needing to know what your temperatures and what you're going to be dealing with. So if you're planning on traveling this afternoon and this evening, make sure you have a kit. Make sure you have plenty of blankets, plenty of clothes, just to be on the safe side if you find yourself in that situation here. But wind chill warning for much of central and northern Arkansas, the wind chill advisory down in the south, and also for our folks over there in far western Arkansas, -10 to -20 wind chills, -15 to -30 in the wind chill warning area here. And that's going to go all the way throughout much of the day on Friday here. You're not going to be really recovering much on Friday, and we've been getting blown up with a lot of questions about, is travel going to be okay by tomorrow night? Are we going to be able to do this? Is my plan going to be, are my plans going to be okay for Friday night? And I'll tell you guys now, it just depends on how much snowfall accumulation we get over the next 12 to 24 hours here, because if you get 2 to 3 inches of snowfall, it's going to be a no, because temperatures are going to be in the teens and 20s, and I'm thinking a lot of people are not understanding the cold air that's coming in with this system. Tomorrow, if you have snow on the ground, don't plan on traveling. Just don't do it, because roads are not going to be recovered by tomorrow evening. I know it's going to impact a lot of Christmas plans and a lot of Friday night plans and stuff like that, but your safety is important. Travel is not going to be advised if you see snowfall. If you don't, Friday morning, I would not recommend getting out. I'd say Friday afternoon, Friday evening will probably be the best time while the sun is still up. Friday night, whatever melts, and it's going to be very hard for it to melt with temperatures in the teens and 20s, but whatever melts will refreeze by the time we get towards your Friday night and your early Saturday morning. So this could easily drag on into the weekend here before we start warming things up by the time we get towards your afternoon hours on Saturday. So what do we mean by travel safety, guys? Share your travel plans. I'm going to show you RDOT here in a little bit. Not RDOT, iDrive in a little bit. And it's a nightmare up here in northwestern Arkansas. I'm getting several reports of wrecks. Take it easy on the roadways, guys, okay? Make sure you have an emergency supply kit. Charge your phones. Make sure your vehicle is full of gas. If you're not going anywhere, don't worry about it, but it's for the safe side just in case an emergency comes up. Make sure you check iDrive, which I'm going to show you guys here in just a little bit. Be sure your tires have accurate tread and also properly inflated. And also, the most important thing, get your weather forecast and make sure you stay with us over the next couple of hours, guys, okay? And also, a lot of people have been asking about flash freeze. This is when temperatures are going from where we are right now. We are at 44 degrees here at the Weather Center. We're going to go from 44 down to 10 within an hour or so. So that means roadways that are wet, and we have a lot of wet roadways in central Arkansas right now, a lot of sidewalks that are wet. We were out and about this morning kind of taking a look at the roadways and stuff like that. If the roadways do not dry off, and I don't think they will, I think they're going to last, the wet roadways are going to last all the way into the afternoon hours. They will freeze over by the time this frontal boundary gets here. So keep that in mind across the board if you're planning on travel. Don't use cruise control. Make sure you slow down and take plenty of distance between yourself and everybody else on those roadways, guys, okay? And make sure, and thank you, Dustin, for doing that. The iDrive Arkansas link is in the comments, so make sure you're taking a look at that as well. Plan accordingly, guys. If you don't have to get out this afternoon, this evening, don't do it. Tonight, I'm just going to tell you guys now, don't plan on traveling tonight. I would not recommend it across the state at this point. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at iDrive at this point, and you can see up here in northwestern Arkansas, we've got ice patches, we've got snow-covered roads already in northwestern Arkansas, and ice-covered roads up here as well, and also areas over here along I-40, Areas are well away from the snow ongoing right now. We've got accidents already across the area, guys. Make sure that you're taking it easy on the roadways. I know it sounds like a mute point, talking to a brick wall, but make sure you're taking it easy on the roadways, guys. You can see this is on I-40 right now. This is near Conway. This is near Russellville at this point. Accidents well away from the snow right now, guys, okay? Fortunately for us up here in northwestern Arkansas, I'm not seeing any reports of snow-related accidents up here in northwestern Arkansas, so that's relatively great at this point. You guys are doing a great job up here in northwestern Arkansas at this point. But if you're in central Arkansas right now, I know traffic's chaotic. I know everybody's got to go, but you got to take it easy on the roadways. You got to slow down. Wherever you got to go, it's going to be there by the time you get there, okay? So let's take a look at your traffic cams for just a little bit. Let me see if I can get that pulled up for you guys at this point. You guys can get to take a look and see what northwestern Arkansas is looking like right now here. So we're going to just click on one. This is MLK Drive up here in northwestern Arkansas here. Ice-covered camera. So that camera is useless at this point, but that tells you the kind of cold air that's coming in northwestern Arkansas at this point. This is the Illinois River up here, and we're going to take a look at that real quickly, guys. And you can see, look at there. There's your snow-covered roads. You've got snow ongoing at this point. Already seeing some accumulation on the ground. That's probably easily half an inch, maybe upwards to an inch in some places. There are some folks out, but you see what they're doing. Look at the distance between the two. That's an awesome job with those guys, okay? You got some truckers out as well, but this is what I love to see. Hardly anybody on the roadways up here in northwestern Arkansas, except for the people that absolutely have to be out. So make sure you keep that in mind, guys. Take it easy on the roadways. I want to see this in central Arkansas as well, not just northwestern Arkansas. I want to see it in central Arkansas and the rest of the state at this point here, okay? Let's take a look at some other areas here. This is near the Beaver Lake roadways at this point, a little bit iced over. Not a lot of snow accumulation at this time. The bigger snow's coming in from the northwest, but you can definitely see your roads over here that are pretty wet from the drizzle and the showers we had this morning here. So we do have some folks out. Like I said before, if you got to be out, take it easy on the roadways. You can see not speeding so much as well, taking it a little slow. Look at the distance between these guys as well. So that's the biggest thing at this point. Make sure that you're taking it safe on the roadways, guys. If you need any more traffic information, you can always take a look at the iDrive link. Dustin, thank you for so much for posting that in the comments here, okay? So we're going to go back over to our graphics, and then let's talk about our winter weather outlook for this evening here, okay? This is going to go for the rest of the day and into the night. So basically, northwestern Arkansas, you guys are already seeing the snow. The winds are going to be picking up as well throughout the day, so keep that in mind. But rest of the natural state, it's going to be that winter mix over the snow. And then what's going to end up happening by the time we get towards southern Arkansas, we still have that light rain to light mix to light snow, because accumulations are going to be a little lower down there, but that doesn't matter. Flash freeze is definitely on the table. Do not travel once that cold front has passed you unless you are in an emergency situation. Scattered power outages will be possible as well. I want to talk to you guys about that here in a little bit. Upwards to 60-mile-per-hour winds, especially in higher elevations, will be possible. If you got to travel, if it's a must, make sure that you have a survival kit with you guys, okay? And when I mean travel, I mean going to a grocery store or picking somebody up in an emergency situation, not just going out and about because you want to, okay? You got to make sure when you're traveling that it's for a great reason, not something, you know, going out and doing other stuff. So make sure that you're taking it easy on the roadways, guys. I know I'm saying that a lot, but iDrive right now, you've got 2 accidents right there on I-40, and I don't like seeing that at this point. Now, let's take a look at the snowfall accumulation map here. Now, there's been some notable changes with the snowfall accumulation map here. Still 2 to 3 up there in northern Arkansas. I think that's going to do pretty good. 1 to 2 now has been expanded a little bit further to the south, from Waldron to Conway over to Memphis. Blowing snow will be expected. Some locally higher amounts can be possible, especially in higher elevations. I'm still going with a half an inch to an inch here in the metro, here in Little Rock, down to Hot Springs, down to Pine Bluff, Stuttgart, and Mena at this point. However, there could be some locally higher amounts at this time here, so just kind of watch for that as well. Southern Arkansas, as you can tell by now, we've expanded that for the rest of the state. I'd say a trace to a half an inch will be the best shot down there. Locally higher amounts could be possible as well. So just kind of keep that in mind across the board. Now, let's talk about timing, because I know everybody in the comments, I haven't even looked at the comments, are asking about timing. So northwestern Arkansas, you're seeing it right now, and it's going to continue throughout much of the day here until about 3 or 4 o'clock. Now, have you noticed something? Timing has slowed down a little bit from when we were looking at 1 to 2 days ago. Remember, 1 to 2 days ago, we were talking about it coming here to Little Rock, 11, 12, and stuff like that, and everything else. And timing has slowed down just a little bit. So we're talking 12 to 5 now, from Mount Home to Russellville, down to Texarkana, from Walnut Ridge, Jonesboro to Little Rock, all the way down to Magnolia. We're talking 2 p.m. all the way to 8 p.m. this evening. And then for our folks over there in eastern Arkansas, we're talking 4 p.m. this evening to about 10 p.m. as well. And also, one more thing before I go over questions, we're going to talk about your travel impacts here. Okay, so now we have a high for northern Arkansas. This is going to go for ice and snow-covered roadways. Do not travel unless it's an emergency. I want to stress that right now. Northwestern Arkansas, you're doing a great job by staying off the roadways and stuff like that. Central Arkansas, you have time. Go to the grocery store, do whatever you need to do, get it all out of your system now before this cold front gets here, okay? Because I don't want anybody on the roadways once this cold front passes through. Because we got a medium for much of Arkansas, from Blytheville all the way down to Texarkana, for some roadways being iced or snow covered. Use caution while traveling if travel is absolutely necessary. Southern Arkansas and southeast, you're still out of low right now, but that doesn't mean you're not going to see anything down there. Use caution, guys. You're going to have that flash freeze problem because of the rapid drop in temperatures here. So just keep that in mind. And one more thing I want to stress to you guys too, I had a wind graphic on here. Let me see if I can get that for you guys here. But wind gusts could be as high as 40 to 50 miles per hour in some places here. So make sure you're taking it easy on the roadways here. Let me see if I can get that graphic for you guys at this point. So there's the graphic at this time here. So this is the wind forecast for this afternoon, this evening. Behind the front of boundary, we're talking upwards to 40 mile per hour, 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. Wind sustained 15 to 25 miles per hour. Locally, higher wind gusts could be possible. We're talking 50 plus mile per hour wind gusts across the state at this time here. So just kind of keep that in mind across the board. This is why we're going to have those problems. Make sure your pipes are covered. Make sure you bring your pets in. Your pets, number one thing. I know dogs and stuff, they're going to be wanting to go outside when they see the snow. Limit their time. Bring them in after 10 to 15 minutes, guys. The wind chills are going to be stupid ridiculous tonight, okay? Also, the kiddos, they're going to be trying to go outside as well because they see the snow. Limit their time. They're going to be upset with you, but you need to understand, with negative 15, negative 20 wind chills, you run the risk of hypothermia and frostbite. So make sure that they are limiting their time outside here, okay? But that's the biggest thing I want to stress to you guys right now. So I'm going to leave the timing map up and let everybody kind of soak this in and kind of take a look at it, because I know the majority of the comments right now, without even looking at them, is for the timing. So I'm going to leave this up for just a little bit, and I'm going to answer a lot of questions here, okay? So let's take a look at some stuff right now. I know a lot of people are kind of asking, you know, what about my city here, my county here, stuff like that. Biggest thing, guys, for much of Arkansas, if you do not have to travel, don't, okay? Nothing is more important than your life and the lives around you. If you don't have to travel, guys, don't get out, okay? You can live not going anywhere on a Thursday or on a Friday. Just make sure you're taking it easy on the roadways, okay? So let me see here. So basically, let me see. Let me go over everything at this point. Good morning, Stacy from Lone View, Texas. You guys are seeing a little snow down there. I wasn't expecting it in northeastern Texas. You guys are seeing a little bit down there in northeastern Texas across the board. So yeah, so the roadways right now are pretty good in central Arkansas. Just worried about the accidents here. I think the accidents right now is just kind of driven on everybody trying to get somewhere in a fast motion. So make sure you're taking it easy, guys, here. Now we have our first wreck up here in northwestern Arkansas. Okay, so it's a stalled vehicle. It's not really a wreck. It's a stalled vehicle up here on Interstate 49. So that's the first one I've seen all morning up here. So just keep that in mind across the area, okay? No, and the biggest thing is we see here about Saturday morning. Like I said before, I know a lot of people are trying to travel for Christmas and all the other stuff. They've got plans already scheduled out and everything like that. Check iDrive the next 2 days, okay? Saturday morning, you're still going to have that risk because temperatures are not going to get above freezing until Sunday afternoon. Let me stress that. Temperatures are not going to get above freezing until Sunday afternoon. So keep that in mind. Some roadways will likely be good to go, but take it easy, guys. Okay, this may be a situation that you may have to postpone a few plans and stuff like that here. But make sure you're taking iDrive over the next 2 days here for that information. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, look at the map, guys. That's the biggest thing. If you do not have to work for the next week, get some groceries and stuff like that. So make sure you're good to go in terms at this point. So let me see here. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, and I think Dustin made this comment. Haven't had to use these strong words, but that tells you this means business, and we have to pay attention to our surroundings. That's the biggest thing. I've never used wording like this before for a winter weather advisory. Never used it before for a winter weather advisory. But this is a pretty significant situation here when you're talking about the cold air across the board. So let me see here. Merry Christmas, by the way. Merry Christmas, everybody. I know everybody's trying to figure out what's going on, but yeah, let me see here. Y'all have any questions? Let me know. Curtis, to answer your question, I think North Arkansas is going to take the winner with this, unless this overperforms for the rest of the state. We'll see. But if you get 1 or more inches of snowfall, I think you're going to have a really good shot of seeing a white Christmas because it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, like I said, I know a lot of people are not, taking advantage of, taking the cold air seriously. Remember, this is not going to be a situation where you're in the 20s for one day and then you're at 40s the next day. This is not going to be in a situation where you're going to see a lot of rapid melting or it's going to be gone in a few hours or anything like that. This is going to stick around for 2 or more days until you get above freezing. That's how massive this cold air shot's coming in at this point. So temperatures tomorrow, we're talking temperatures struggling to get out of teens. On Saturday, struggling to get out of 20s. Christmas Day, very lucky to get to freezing across North Arkansas. You should make it into the mid-30s and south, but even then, you're still running that risk. So even you may drag this out all the way until Monday of next week with this amount of cold air coming in. So prepare for that for the next 2-3 days, guys. Travel is not going to be recommended across the board unless you absolutely have to get out here. Okay, so let me see here. Northwest Arkansas have a snow squall warning. Now there was one earlier up here. They dropped it at this point. They had one earlier on today up there in northwestern Arkansas, not northwest Arkansas, northeastern Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas. They dropped it at this point, but we'll watch it closely up there in northwestern Arkansas. There's actually a mesoscale discussion from the Storm Prediction Center, which is funny, regarding the heavy snow and the snow squall potential because you have 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts here. Trey, to answer your question, much of the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, the winds should start calming down tomorrow night here, but prepare for that by the time we get towards tonight. Much of the day tomorrow, that's why wind chills are going to continue to be a problem throughout the day tomorrow. It should start to wind down by the time we get towards tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening here. Okay, so 2 to 8 p.m., go get your groceries now. 4 to 10, do the same. Take advantage of it now. Go do it at this point. Get it done and get back in the house, guys, because by the time we get towards the afternoon this evening, things are going to be crucial for us here in Arkansas here. Okay, so it looks like the moisture is lacking. That's the biggest thing with this system. I don't think it's lacking at all. As a matter of fact, I think you have more moisture with this system than we did when we were originally anticipating. So let's take a look at here. Let me see if I can go over to that real fast on our software here. So it's going to be 850 millibar relative humidity here, and that's going to be pulling up here just a bit, and there it is right there. And that's what I was looking at here. So I'm going to switch this over to our radar and show you what I mean here. So let's go over to there it is. So this is your moisture. This is your low-level moisture right now. So you have a good amount of it. Let's take a look at your 700, which is going to be, I don't know if I have the relative humidity for 700. I do not. But basically, you have a lot of more mid-level moisture. About mid-level moisture at this point. So this is why your snow band is a lot more intense up here in northeastern Oklahoma than we were originally anticipating. So we'll watch it closely here. South Arkansas, the biggest thing, like I mentioned before, we weren't expecting it to be a massive issue down there in South Arkansas. but we'll have to watch it closely here. You may see a trace to half an inch before this is over with. But in South Arkansas, I wasn't expecting too much in a way in that point here. Power is already flickering off and on in Mountain Bird. That's that cold front moving through across the board here. And that's pretty concerning. That's that wind gust potential. Matter of fact, let's take a look at that. This is your wind gust coming in. Look over here in Texas, Oklahoma. You've got wind gusts 37 miles per hour, upwards to 40 miles per hour coming in. Those are your wind gusts coming in across this area. And that's going to move eastward into the state by the time we get towards this afternoon and into this evening here. It's just going to be a patience game at this point. Bring your pets in. I've been stressing it all day. Bring your pets in, guys. Limit their time outside across the board. Look down here in Texas, by the way. It's just southwest of Dallas. Already seeing the snow down there at this point. So this could easily be an overperforming system here. Just have to wait and see what happens with this here. So is there more moisture in the air than radar is picking up? Likely so. And I think that's what's going on here. Another thing with this, let's take a look at this. This is going to be your mean surface, your mean sea level pressure. Basically, that's going to tell me where your area flow pressure is. So we're going to turn this off for just a little bit. And your surface low at this given point is going to be right in here. There's area flow pressure right here. And there's another one that's coming out of Texas. There it is right there. So there's the area flow pressure swinging through. This track of the low is going to take it right through there. So there's one right here. And there's another one that came out from the Panhandle earlier. And it's going to be tracking that way as well. And also, one more thing I want to look at as well is going to be your 700 volt mats. And basically, this is your energy coming out from the Four Corners region, which is what I was concerned about. This will move east over the next couple of hours as well. And that's what could lead to that increase of snowfall potential from central and in the eastern Arkansas. So kind of watch that close. We'll keep you guys updated on that. This is the first low, by the way. Your second low hasn't really gotten going down here just yet. We're still a little bit early in the ball game with this. Okay, so yeah, biggest thing is praying for our emergency workers as well. They're out there just trying to get as much done as possible. A lot of people are on the roadways right now, so just keep that in mind. If you see them out there, kind of stay out of their way, guys, because they're trying to make sure that we can travel and stuff like that. So to answer your question, okay, like I mentioned before, I know everybody's so focused on the snowfall. This is going to be one event, and we talk about this in the severe threats as well. It's going to be one event that you got to focus on the temperatures too. Those temperatures, I'm telling you guys now, we're talking about temperatures in the negatives across northern Arkansas, single digits across the rest of the state. This is temperatures we do not see on a regular basis, so don't let your guard down with those temperatures, okay? But to answer your question, could we see more snowfall than expected? That's always a possibility. But right now, I think our current snowfall maps and everything like that is relatively good to go. I think we're good with that as well. Yes, any snow that falls will stick. You're not worried about ground temperatures or anything like that, guys. Snow's going to be falling. Matter of fact, let's do this. A lot of people are not taking scope of this cold air. Okay, so let's take a look at the cold air real quick. And I know it's not the most popular thing on the planet, but this cold air is serious, guys. Okay, I don't normally stress so much about the cold air, but this is some serious cold air coming southward here. And you can see these dark purples and these pinks and these whites up here. That is significant cold air, okay? This is something we do not see in Arkansas at all, except for rare occasions. And this is one of the rare occasions that you're going to see this. So keep that in mind, guys. This cold air is something that you have to take seriously across the board. And also, yeah, Cal, I agree. So the radar is not really picking up. The radar is having a tough time picking up some of that drizzle and the freezing drizzle and the snowflakes that are ongoing, because it's kind of going under the radar at this point. Can we see the radar? That's what you're looking at right now. That's the current radar across the board. Yes, we're going to be good to go in the weather center. Don't worry about that. We're going to be pretty warm in the weather center, so you don't have to worry about that at all. Let me see here. So the system slowed down than previously predicted a little bit, and that's a notable thing we've noticed this morning as well. The system's kind of slowed down just a little bit across the board. So that's something that we're going to kind of keep an eye on over the next couple of hours here. There's your freezing line beginning to come in across the board. And those that are wondering what radar is, this is our radar. This is ongoing radar at this point, along with the 32-degree line. So let's take this back just a little bit. There it is. There's your current position of the freezing line at this point. So it goes basically just east of Mena, about to close in on the Russellville area. Mountain View, Mount Home, and temperatures back here. Matter of fact, let's do this. Temperatures back here. I did not mean to do that. Let's go over here. And there's your temperatures coming in. So your temperature's going to pop up here in just a little bit across the area. But there's your temperatures coming in right there. 32-degree line is coming in this area. Behind that area, temperatures are rapidly falling. I think at one point, I got you guys up there in northwestern Arkansas, northwestern Benton. There it is, 7 to 8 degrees up here. So significant amounts of colder air coming in the northwestern Arkansas at this point. Let's see if I can take this down and get this going. Okay, so there it is right there. So let me see if I can zoom this out. There's your temperatures. So temperatures across the state. I mean, look at there, 46 degrees in Lake Village right now, 10 degrees in northwestern Arkansas at this point. As a matter of fact, it just dropped to 9 degrees up here in northwestern Arkansas. So keep that in mind across the board. Let me see if I can go back over to this at this time here. Okay, there's also the newest update from iDrive at this point, and there it is right there, guys. There's some roadways starting to become iced over here as well. Still getting some traffic reports, and that's the biggest thing, guys. These are well away from the ongoing snow right now. We have traffic issues up there in Hardy, in the Russellville area, in Memphis right now, guys. Take it easy on the roadways. Take it easy on the roadways. Take it easy on the roadways, guys. I cannot stress that enough. I don't want to see anybody getting into traffic accidents or anything like that. I get it. Winter weather's coming. Everybody freaks out when there's winter weather in Arkansas. But you gotta take it easy on the roadways, okay? Wherever you gotta go, it's gonna be there by the time you get there, okay? So, and then another thing I'm gonna address as well, patience, okay? I've stressed this a million times over the last couple of days of winter weather. You gotta be patient with it. I know it's just misting rain right now, but it's going to be coming your way over the next couple of hours, okay? This is our timing at this point, okay? Let's go back to it real fast. Let's see if I can go back over to our timing map, and there it is right here. Okay, so this is your timing map at this point. It's going to be coming in over the next hour or so. So patience. The system has slowed down a little bit. It's still going to happen across the board. Okay, so let me see here. So has it slowed down? Since it slowed down, does that mean more snow? Perhaps, like I mentioned before, don't focus on just the snowfall accumulations. Focus on the cold air as well. Okay. It's slowed down, but I don't know if it's going to affect the overall snowfall accumulation map on our side. Right now, it just depends on if this thing accelerates or stuff like that. It's slowed down a little bit, but let's see what happens over the next couple of hours here, okay? So, Amanda, love your comments. Go now, stuff like that, but I'm going to stress to you guys now, if you're going out shopping, relax, okay? Take it easy. Don't go 90 miles per hour on the roadways and stuff like that. Don't go pushing everybody over just because it's, you're trying to get to your stuff at this point. Everybody else has that same mindset. Stay calm, guys. Okay, we're going to get through this. We're good to go. Once we get past tomorrow, once we get past today, we'll be good to go. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, I know. So the radar, yeah, Noah, that's what we were talking about this morning. So with this particular situation, I think you may have to tilt the radar. Let me see if I can do this real fast here. So we're going to take this off. We're going to go back over to our radar real quick. There's your temperatures at this point. I mean, look at there. Oklahoma, 3 degrees at 11 o'clock in the morning. This is some serious cold air coming our way at this point. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to, that one right there. And we're going to go over to level 2 radar. And it's going to pull up here in just a little bit. And what I'm going to do with this as well is I'm going to tilt the radar. And there it is on our side over here. So this is another radar that we use. And back here, it's going to be showing that snowfall ongoing here. So basically, I think this is all reaching the ground here. But our radar, the level 3 radar, is not going to do you a good job. I think you're going to have to use the level 2. So if this happens right in here, I think your high-res NAM is going to verify a lot more than your than the HLR is doing right now here, which would not surprise me at all. I told you guys yesterday that the high-res NAM was doing an excellent job at pinpointing what it was doing here. So let's go to 0.5. There it is. And it's allowing me to sneak under the radar. And there's all that snow ongoing at this point. So if you're in Fort Smith right now, if you're listening to me in Fort Smith, let me know what you're seeing at this point. This is kind of sneaking under the radar. So pretty interesting. It's got a pretty decent snowbank coming into northwestern Arkansas this time here, so it doesn't surprise me that it's kind of going under the radar at this point. So let me see here. Yeah, those temperatures are going to be brutal at this point. Okay, so what does it mean when you say slow it down? Basically, what I mean is don't go 90 miles per hour on the roadways. Don't try to run anybody over because you're trying to get to your place. Everybody else has that same mindset. Okay, make sure you're spacing yourself between yourself and everybody else, and taking it easy on the roadways. That's what I mean about slow down. That's what I mean, because if you slow down, you run a much less risk of going into, sliding off the roadways or having a traffic accident and stuff like that here, okay? So take it easy. Like I said before, I know it's winter weather. I know everybody's trying to get stuff done. That's why we were urging it last night. I told you guys last night in the live stream, if you had to go do it last night, because last night was the best time to get it done. Don't wait till the last second to get stuff done. And unfortunately, that's what we're seeing here. And I'm just looking at iDrive right now. Snow-covered roads already across Highway 65 between Clinton and Harrison. We've got, let's take a look at this. As a matter of fact, let's go over and let's take a look. So this is the newest update. There it is. And there's your snow-covered roads on 65 right now. Much of northwestern Arkansas. If you don't have to get out, don't get out at all, okay? You've got a lot of ice and snow-covered roadways up here in northwestern Arkansas at this time. Do not get out on the roadways here. You are way too late up here in northwest Arkansas. Central, you have a little bit of time. You have a little bit more time than everybody else at this point. But you want to wrap it up over the next hour or so, because that's going to eventually, the snowfall is eventually going to make it into the area here by the time we get towards later this afternoon and this evening here. So I'm going to scoot this over and kind of show you guys what we're talking about here. But there's your map right there. And I just realized, I was today years old when I realized I could have zoomed that map out. So give me 1 second. Let me see if I can zoom this out and go over to my mouse real fast here. And there's new updates coming out as well. And this is something that we're going to have all day here. I'm going to kind of get the live stream going for the next hour or so to kind of go over everything, because a lot of people are having questions and all the other stuff here. My mouse is not wanting to cooperate with me over here. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna zoom this out, and there it is. Okay, so there's your roadways up here in northwestern Arkansas. Pretty bad right now. Central and much of the rest of the natural state, you're good. Just take it easy, okay? Take it easy on the roadways at this point, guys. I cannot stress that enough at this point. Also, I'm going to move the scale over here. There's your scale. So, right over here, there's your ice-covered roadways here. Let's take a look at a couple of areas here. Ice patches right there on Interstate 40 to the Bobby Humper Tunnel. Over here, you've got snow-covered roads right now. I believe that's going to be right there on Interstate 49. The Oklahoma state line over here, partially covered across the board. Let's take a look up here in northern Arkansas as well. That's going to be 72 to 23 up there in Eureka Springs. Snow's ongoing right now. Look at your temperatures, by the way. 9 degrees up here in northwestern Arkansas. Your temperatures have already fallen to the single digits here. So this is some significant cold air coming our way. And then there's your snow ongoing right there on 374 right now on the Van Buren County line. We're talking 26 right now with ongoing snow at this point. So that's something that we're going to monitor very closely here over the next couple of hours is iDrive, your travel, and all the other stuff here, okay? But there's your temperatures at this point. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the 32-degree line back on the board, and there it is right there. So 10 degrees up here in northwestern Arkansas, 16 right now in Fayetteville, 21 in Fort Smith, 43. You better enjoy that 43 while it's there in Russellville, because over the next 30 minutes, that line, that 32-degree line is going to be passing over your area. 28 degrees now in 28 and falling, in Mena. We've got 45 in DeQueen, just south of there. 45 versus 28 at this point. Little Rock sitting at a comfortable 45 right now, but that sub-freezing air is rapidly moving in across the state here. And the rest of the natural state, where's the 50s, by the way, that the guy that suggested? I don't think you're going to get to the 50s today. They're going to stay in the 40s across the board here. But you're at 43 in Eldo, 45 in Camden, 45 in Monticello, 45 in Pine Bluff, 45 in Memphis, and 45 in Jonesboro at this time here. But there's your colder air coming in across northwestern Arkansas. That's your first low. Your second low somewhere down here in Texas. That's going to sneak across in North Louisiana and into Mississippi over the next couple of hours here. Okay, so let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, the system. Okay, so you've got snow all the way down to Northeast Texas. So it is overperforming at this point. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can translate this over into Arkansas. But right now, you've got snow in Dallas and in northeastern Texas at this point, which may include our folks down there in southwestern Arkansas as time progresses here. So something that we're going to watch closely over the next couple of hours here. Okay, but biggest thing I'm stressing you guys right now is just taking it easy. Okay, there's your snow right here. There's your national radar, by the way. Snow already up here in southern Missouri. There's your snow in northeastern Oklahoma. You got snow over here in northeastern Texas. A lot of this is not being picked up on the national radar. You may have to kind of sneak under the radar, go to your level 2, and kind of see the rest of this. But a lot of this is ongoing in northeastern Texas right now, and it's going to swing east into the state by the time we get towards later this afternoon and into this evening here. Okay, so what do we mean? Okay, so what do we mean about the system slowing down here? Basically, over the last couple of hours, and like I mentioned before, I talked about this yesterday as well, about the potential of the system kind of slowing down a little bit. Basically, that means timing has delayed just a little bit. It's not meaning that we're going to see a winter storm. It not mean that we're going to see a blizzard or anything like that here in Arkansas. It just means that your timing has gotten a little bit slower versus what we were looking at about a day or so ago. So that's what we mean. So I don't know if it's going to be, worse than what we were originally anticipating. You always want to have that mindset regardless. But I think our forecast for what we had over the last day or so is pretty much on track. Where you have snow ongoing in northwestern Arkansas, your colder air is coming in. Notice something too, that your precipitation is ongoing behind the colder air versus in front, which is the reason why the HR is not really doing too well with this at all. The high-risk NEM is doing relatively decent, but at this point, model guidance is not going to be your best friend. This is where you're going to have to look at real-time data, and this is what we mean by real-time data across the board here. Okay, so let me see here. Watch out for the RDOT workers and emergency management. Let me take a look at here real fast here. So, Kiera, thank you so much for that comment. What about Austin and Arkansas off of 331? Right now, I think you are. Let me see. Let me take a look. Right now, I'm not seeing anything in terms of reports coming from that area. I am seeing a ton of accidents right now, and that is sad. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 accidents on the board right now, guys. That is sad, and I believe 2, 4, 6 of those accidents are well away from the winter weather right now. So, guys, like I mentioned before, I get it. It's winter weather. Everybody's anxiety levels through the roof. Calm down. Take it easy. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but we're going to get through this, okay? It's not going to be the end of the world or anything like that, okay? But you got to take it easy, guys. As a matter of fact, just had another one pop up in the Fort Smith area here. So, guys, take it easy, okay? That's the biggest thing I'm stressed. I know I keep saying that over and over and over again, but let's take a look at OnDrive real quick. Let's go back over to that real fast here. There it is right there. You've got 2 accidents over here in Memphis, 2 in Russellville, 2 near Hardy, 2 up there in northwestern Arkansas now. 1 just popped up near Fort Smith. So, slow down, okay? Slow down on the roadways. I know everybody's trying to get home and stuff like that, but slow it down on the roadways, okay? So, let me see here. Go over everything. I don't think, okay, different times and everything. Not sure what you meant by that comment. We haven't really changed our timing too much, just to account for the slowdown of the system here, and that's probably like an hour or 2 difference. We haven't really changed anything in terms of timing here, okay? So, let me see here. Let me go over the comments real quick. Okay, so any accumulation, okay? Let's go back over to this real fast here. And if I'm confusing anybody, please let me know, okay? I'm trying to answer a variety of different questions right now here. So if I'm confusing anybody, please let me know, and I'm going to try to simplify it for you guys here. But there's your snowfall accumulation map. Let's see if I can scoot this over. See if I can scoot this over a little bit. There it is. There's your snowfall accumulation map here, okay? So North Arkansas, 2 to 3, 1 to 2 here. And then in Central Arkansas, a half an inch to an inch. And then in South Arkansas, a trace to a half an inch across the board. So that's the snowfall accumulations across the area here. I feel bad for everybody that's working and get stuck. I agree, Cheryl. I fully agree. I feel very bad for everybody that's got to be out right now here. That's why I was trying to urge everybody to get it done last night here. But a lot of people couldn't get it done last night. That's going out today. Get it done while you can, guys. Okay, and I mean, boy, now your accidents are now starting. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wrecks across the state right now here. We were at 0 at the beginning of this stream, and now we're up to 11. It's sad, folks. That's sad. So make sure you're taking it easy on the roadways, guys. Okay. So let me see here, Cal. I saw your comment. Let me see. Let me go over here. Let me go over that real quick. I saw your comment, Cal. You were talking about. There it is. Okay. So once the low reaches you, temperatures will drop from 40s to the teens as little as 20 minutes here, and I can't stress that at this point. Take it easy, guys. When those temperatures fall, you're going to know it. And whatever's on the roadways here, and that's what's concerning me, Ryan. Your comments concerning me. The heavy drizzle across central and south Arkansas, those wet roadways, the wet sidewalks, that's going to be your concern over the next couple of hours here. When that cold front moves through, your cold front right now, as it stands, is about on the doorstep of central Arkansas. Let me see if I can confirm this with the wind profiles here, but it's right on the doorstep of central Arkansas at this point. So it's coming in rapidly. It's supposed to come through the Russellville area as of right now. I'd say it'd be in Little Rock within the next hour or so. So if you're out on the roadways, take it easy, guys. Okay, 11 wrecks right now, 11 of them. That's sad, guys. That just made my heart drop right there, man. You got to be careful out there. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going over everything. Okay, all right. So yeah, there you go. Great comment, Dustin or Noah, whoever said it. Once a front comes in, assume any moisture on the roadways and sidewalks will be frozen. Great comment. I completely agree. No need to be scared, guys. Like I mentioned before, it's winter weather. We're going to get through it. It's not our first time. We dealt with it last year in 2021. We'll deal with it again this year, okay? It's not our first time. We got it, okay? So we're going to be here. We're going to keep you guys updated on that here. Yeah, invest in battery backups. Right now, I haven't looked at your power outages here. Matter of fact, let's take a look at that, and we're going to pull that up here. So right now, as it stands, boy, that's jumped. Okay, this is non-weather related down here in Lincoln, in Cleveland County. That's 693. But Newton County and Scott County, now you have over 200 outages over here in western Arkansas. So now your power outages are now starting to increase as well. So make sure your phones are staying charged. Make sure that you have, like you said, a battery backup and stuff like that. I have one somewhere around here. I don't know where it is, but I have one somewhere around here in this weather center. So that's gonna be the biggest thing here. Yeah, this has been is noting, like I said, when we're used to, so stay alert. That's the biggest thing here in Arkansas. Okay, so temp drop from 20 to 12 in Lowell up there in northwestern Arkansas over the last 40 minutes. That is insane. That is some insane temperature drop up there in northwestern Arkansas. So precipitation in Mountain View right now might be snow or sleet, rain, can't tell. Based off of your current temperatures, I would say that's going to be up there in the Mountain View area. It's going to be right there. I'd say not freezing rain, drizzle right now, light rain at this point. But you got the 32-degree line coming in here. Now, I want to show you guys this, and this is going to concern our folks up there in northwestern Arkansas. This is something that you don't see a lot, but this is a snow squall warning in northeastern Oklahoma. Okay, so what do we mean about snow squall warning? So basically, this is going to go for this is Oklahoma, this is northeast Oklahoma. But a dangerous snow squall was located along a line extending from 4 miles west of Tree to 4 miles west of White Oak, moving east at 40 miles per hour. So I'm going to put a track on that here in a little bit. Poor visibility in snow here. So we have a snow squall warning up here in northeastern Oklahoma, and we're going to put a track on this. I know it kind of sounds like severe weather coverage, but there's your snow squall warning right in there. Let's take the temperatures off. Let's take all this special stuff off at this point. There's your snow squall warning right there here. So we're going to put a track on that, and this is very interesting. Like I said before, this is something you do not see on a normal basis but it's moving, I believe, it's moving east. Let's see here, east at 40 miles per hour here. So it's going to put a track. Basically, it should stay north of the state here, but let's see if we can put a track on it. So let's put it at about 40 miles per hour. It's going to put it right there, and it's going to kind of clip, clip that northwestern corner of northwestern Arkansas up there in Benton County here. But I would say the Graviette area, Highway 71, that runs out of northwestern Arkansas, those are going to be the areas of concern. And this is what we call a snow squall warning. So basically, that's heavy snow, poor visibility, making sure that you're taking it slow on the roadways. If you don't have to get out, guys, I wouldn't do it. But I wouldn't be shocked if we have a couple of snow squall warnings up here in northwestern Arkansas as time progresses, because this snow squall is moving east-southeast into the state here. It would be very interesting to see if it makes it into northwestern Arkansas. But that's something interesting that you don't see on a daily basis. That's very interesting to see that here. So we're going to go back over to this. Let's go back over to our timing map. I'm going to leave the timing up for a little bit, kind of give you guys a perspective on what we're looking at. Okay, so yeah, that's the biggest thing here. Arkansas, we're not prepared for temperatures of this magnitude here. And you're looking at 7 degrees at 11 o'clock in the morning. You're going to drop rapidly by the time you get towards tonight and the first part of your day on Friday here. Some places in northwest Arkansas are getting below 0 wind chills. Matter of fact, let's take a look at your wind chills as well. And we're gonna kind of pivot between this graphic and your current radar here. So let's take a look at your wind chills here. And there's your wind chills. Boy, look at there. There's your wind chills coming in northwestern Arkansas. You're already -1 in Fayetteville, -15 up here in northeastern Oklahoma. So your wind chills are rapidly dropping here. You got a wind chill 17 down there in Mount Home, -1 over here in the Harrison area. So wind chills are rapidly dropping. Further to the north and west from there, your wind chills -30 to -40 here. So that's the biggest thing across the board, guys. We can't stress that enough. There's your wind gusts, by the way. 20 to 30 miles per hour. Some locally higher wind gusts could be possible as well here. So keep an eye on that as well. Let me see here. The wind's picking up there in Wisconsin. Pretty good wind gusts. We're used to the winter weather, but this one's going to be a dandy up there. Stay safe, everybody. Yes, it will get gusty in southern Arkansas. Freezing rain and power lines do not mix. I agree, Dave. Power outages not going to be a massive, significant thing, but you will see some isolated to scattered outages across the state here. Okay. Also, one more thing. Photos and videos. We have what we call a Discord server now. Basically, that's going to help kind of mitigate all the questions, all the photos, all the videos. So use that link, send those photos, send those videos in. If you can't get in contact with us on Facebook, use that. We'll get you guys a lot quicker over there because it's a very new platform that we're kind of testing out, see how it's going to do. But photos or videos are always welcome. You guys seeing it up there in northwestern Arkansas, send it. Let us know. Send us in the messages. Send it in that Discord that we were telling you guys about this morning as well here. Okay, so I've explained the snow squall. Basically what it is something, you're looking at it right here. That's what it is. Basically, it's like it's basically, let's say, like if it was like a severe threat, this would be an equivalent to a severe thunderstorm warning, but it's not severe. It's snow. It's for the poor visibility. Basically, if you're in this snow squall warning, you're going to run the risk of having very low to no visibility in this warning here. You can see that with the darker grays and the bright whites in this area here. So this is going to affect northeastern Oklahoma, southwestern Missouri, and possibly far northwestern Arkansas before this is all is said and done across the area here. Yes, Shane, we've had some power outage issues over there in western Arkansas. We're at 1,700 right now. Majority of that's coming from Cleveland County down there in southeastern Arkansas, but we are starting to see outages in northwestern Arkansas at this current point here. Why is that doing that? Let me see if I can stop that from looping here. Okay, so let me go back over to the timing map real quick. By the way, there's your wind gust. There's your wind gust potential across the board. 15 to 20 mile per hour wind gust. Not wind gust. Sustained winds. Wind gusts can be as high as 40 to 50 miles per hour across the state here. There's your traveling paths, and there's your timing. So I'm going to leave this up across the area here. Okay, so let me see here. Dustin or Noah, if y'all are in the live stream, drop that link to send the photos and videos here. Okay, so the advisory, yes, I know the winter weather advisory. Let me see here. Yeah, the winter weather advisory includes much of Arkansas, but it does not include southern Arkansas. It does not include southern Arkansas at this time. It includes much of central and northern Arkansas here. Okay, so they're going to send it here in just a little bit. If Dustin or Noah can do it, let me. If they can't, then I'll send it later on. Same thing for Hot Springs, guys. Like I mentioned before, I'm trying to get to as many questions as I can, but read the graphics. We have all our cities, all our counties and stuff on the map. There's your timing. So from basically right now all the way to 5 p.m. across the board. That includes Hot Springs, DeQueen, up to Mountain View, Mount Home, the Clinton area. From basically right now all the way to 5 p.m. Northwest Arkansas, you're already dealing with it. You're going to continue to deal with it throughout much of the day for tomorrow here. Okay, so throughout today and into the day tomorrow. So let me see here. Yeah, it's getting windy in Batesville. Your front boundaries are beginning to move through the Batesville area at this point. Let me see here. Wait about 10 minutes. Just coming through the Melbourne area at this time here. Let me see if I can go over everything right now. So I think that's it for all of the questions I've seen at this point. We're gonna let, like I said before, I'm just gonna let this kind of sit on here because I know a lot of people are kind of tuning in, trying to figure out timing. But let me see here. I think that is it. Let me see something real fast here. See if I can. Let me see. Okay, so hold on. Let me see something real quick. So let me see something real fast here. Okay, so there's RDOT. Basically, yeah. So this is Edwards, Johnson, and Newton County showing light snow accumulations. There are some patches on the roadways already. So that's the biggest thing. Even with the light accumulations, you're already seeing the problem starting to occur over there as well here. So let me see something real quick. Wait 1 second here. Okay. All right, it's on there. So Dustin's already taken care of the link. Thank you very much, Dustin, for that. Let me see here. I'm just going over all the reports right now. So there's heavy mist across the board. Let me see here. Brian, I see your video and your photos coming in. Thank you so much for that as well. 9 degrees up there in Solemn Springs up there in northwestern Arkansas. That was from earlier on. I believe you guys are much lower than that right now across the area here. So I think that's it for all of the reports right now here. Let's go back over to iDrive and let's take a look. And boy, oh man. Okay, so there's iDrive right now. Let's go over to that real fast. And there's iDrive. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12 wrecks now. Majority in northwestern Arkansas. And I just got through bragging about northwestern Arkansas too. I was like, you guys are doing good up here. No wrecks, stuff like that. No one's on the roadways. Never mind. You guys are seeing the wrecks up here in northwestern Arkansas. And the majority of them right now on that I-49 area. Let me see if I can click on one of them real fast. See if I can get this going. So there it is right here. Let me see if I can get this going real fast. There it is right there. Okay. So there it is right there. So basically accidents just south of the West Fork area. I mean, man, that area is always seeing issues whenever there's winter weather here. So there it is right there. Void areas near Springdale. There's an accident right there on the northbound, the right shoulder lane. Let's see if I can pull up some traffic cams and take a look at some of these issues on the roadways right now here. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Let's go over to this real fast. And there it is. There's Sunset Avenue over here in northwestern Arkansas already. Look at there. You've got a good amount of snowfall. That is easily 1 to 2 inches of snowfall. Could be some locally higher amounts up here. Traffic is picked up a little bit, but make sure that you guys are spacing yourselves out. Look at what you're doing right here. And slow down, guys, okay? I know it's getting around lunchtime. Everybody's being let off of work and stuff like that, not going to work and everything like that. But take it easy on the roadways, guys. I cannot stress that enough at this point here, okay? So let's go back over to this and see if I can zoom this down even further and kind of take a look at some areas here so I can give you a perspective on where this incident is right now here, okay? So that's going to be near the Springdale area right now, right in here. There's the near the way station up there. I think that's a little bit too far north. There's another wreck, I believe, that just popped up over there here, guys. And then there's your traffic ongoing right now here. So let's zoom this out. And there it is. So a lot of traffic on the roadways through here. Northwestern Arkansas has picked up quite a bit. You're near lunchtime right now. Guys, like I mentioned before, if you don't have to be out, don't go out, okay? I know a lot of people here think they can handle it. It's just a little bit of snow. It's not the snow I'm worried about. It's the ice, okay? So take it easy, guys, okay? There's your snow right here. There's your cars and a lot of traffic at this point. Take it easy, guys, okay? This is something that you're not going to be able to handle unless you have a vehicle that can get the job done here, okay? So let me see here. We go back over to this. Let's go right here at this point, and let's zoom this out. And there it is right there. So let's take a look at this area right here. That was Sunset Avenue from earlier. And we're going to zoom this out a little bit further, kind of give you guys a perspective of what's going on. But right through here, traffic is just a nightmare. And let's take a look at this real fast. And this is going to be on the Illinois River at this point. And look at how, and remember, we were looking at this just about 20 minutes ago, and your roadways were relatively clear on this area. Look how much how much snow has accumulated over this time frame, and how bad it's gotten on the roadways here. And you notice kind of the glossening on the roadways. That's ice and snow combined up here as well, and it's on the Illinois River up here in northwestern Arkansas. So just kind of keep that in mind across the board here. Take it easy on the roadways, guys, okay? Wherever you got to go, it's going to be there when you get there, okay? So let me see here. We go back over to our graphics here, okay? And this is going to be iDrive at this point. Let's see if we can zoom this out and show you guys kind of perspective of what's going on. But I mean, boy, it's just a nightmare across the area here. Okay, so there's your timing right now. Let me see if I can zoom this out. iDrive is having a lot of issues right now because I'm fairly certain everybody is trying to get to it. So give me 1 second here. All right, there it is right there. Okay, there's your timing map, by the way. I'm just looking at iDrive right now. And right now, traffic is just a nightmare up here in northwestern Arkansas. We've gotten some reports of an accident near the Fort Smith area here at this point. So just take it easy, guys. I'm just going to keep repeating myself. Take it easy on the roadways. I can't stress that enough. I hate seeing those accidents right now here, okay? So, yeah, the system has slowed down big time. It's still in northeastern Oklahoma and northwestern Arkansas here, okay? So, let me see here. I think that's it in terms of all the questions. If I didn't get to your question, that's it. That's not it. If I didn't get to your question, let us know. Message us. We got the Discord link and stuff like that. We're going to have that posted. Heading out, just got called into work. Take it easy out there, bro. Make sure you're staying safe out there, man. He works for RDOT. Just got called in, so make sure you're taking it easy on there, guys. Slow down before you make it to that tunnel. I know that tunnel is a nightmare when you have winter weather. Every time you have multi-car pileups on that area, guys. That is a very hazardous area to travel here. Okay, so just take it easy on the roadways, guys. Let me see here. How's Little Rock looking? Same thing from earlier. Let's go back over to our travels map. Let's look at the travels map real quick. It's your travel areas. Okay, let's see if I can move my map over to this side. There it is, right there. So high, obviously, across northern Arkansas, northwestern Arkansas. We're nailing that to a T right now. Medium for much of the rest of the natural state, and then a low down there in far southern Arkansas here. That's going to go for ice and snow-covered roadways and overpasses. Take it easy on the roadways, guys. I cannot stress that enough. Do not hit your brakes if you're on the roadways. Allow for plenty of space. Hitting the brakes too hard can cause you to slide. That's the biggest thing across the board here, guys. So one second. Sorry, I've been talking a lot this morning, so I needed that beverage. But anyways, let me see here. Do you want to build a snowman? Yeah, you won't be building snowman in this one. This is going to be that dry, powdered snow. It's not going to be that heavy, wet snow across the board. But yeah, if you need to go to the store, time's now. The time is now to do it, to go to the store here, okay? So when would the cold air be here? It'd be here within the next hour or so. Not hour or so. Crittenden County, so in northeastern Arkansas. It'll be later today. It'll be later this afternoon into this evening. Let's go back to your timing. It'll probably be right around that 3 or 4 o'clock time frame for the Crittenden County area over there in northeastern Arkansas here, okay? So how bad do you think the roads are going to be in El Dorado tomorrow? It just depends on what you see down there in Eldo. Problem is, you guys have seen a lot of heavy drizzle down there for much of the day. So if that kind of hangs around, then you may have some road issues first thing in the morning. But it also depends if you see snow or not down there in southern Arkansas. If you get snow down there, even a half an inch, that will cause, some issues on the roadways first thing Friday morning. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, that snow squall is producing 1 to 2 inch per hour snowfall rates. That's insane, guys. Power outages in central Arkansas. I did not make a power outage map, but if I were to make one, I'd probably go low to medium across the board because of the fact that the winds and the heavy snow potential across the area here. Okay, so watching the live traffic cam at the Welcome Center in Salem Springs, and you can just see how windy and how much the gust is blowing up there. So let me see if I can pull that up. Let me see. It was Chandler. Let me see if I can pull that up at this point, and that's gonna be right there. And there it is. Yeah, there it is right there. And we're gonna pull that up and show you guys. This is courtesy of the iDrive camera. See if we can go back over to it real quick. And there it is right there. Okay, so there's your snow across the board. Very windy over here as well. I mean, look at this. Look at you guys see that, right? Drifting snow on the roadways. That is drifting snow from the wind gusts, guys. This is something you see in like Canada or Alaska or in northern plains or something like that. You don't see this here in Arkansas a lot, but look how windy it is. Look, your wind-driven snow. Look at that blowing snow across the roadways and stuff like that, guys. Travel is just a nightmare right now in this area. Thank you, Chandler, for showing me that in the comments here across the board. Okay, so let me see here. The cold never bothered me anyway. That's great. This is not going to be good at 5 p.m. I'm probably going to have another live stream this afternoon, probably around 3 or 4 o'clock. Once it gets a little closer to central Arkansas, I may have a live stream then to kind of go over the conditions here. I'm worried about all the homeless people. I've seen them in the Conway area. Is there a place open for them? Sarah, we are working on getting a server for all the warming centers and stuff like that on our Discord server. So we'll have that information coming up here in just a little bit as well here. Okay, my son's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday. Tell him I said happy birthday. He's loving the snowdrift at this point, and that's insane. I mean, that's crazy to see that at this point. Let's go back over to this. Guys, this is insane. You do not see this a lot in Arkansas. So I mentioned before, this is kind of northern plains. It just kind of give you that day after tomorrow kind of vibes where you have the snow blowing across the roads. You got snow ongoing, temperatures in the single digits, wind gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. It's kind of giving those vibes right now here. But that's something that we're just going to kind of keep you guys keep you guys updated on the latest here, okay? So yeah, I'd love to see this in live chat become a recital from that. Mark, don't start it. You'll end up creating something in the chat here, but you can see that right there, okay? So can you do a precipitation map for the next hour here? Now, to answer your question with that, I'm gonna decline on a future cast because Guidance is doing horrible with it. Guidance is basically dog water with this system right now here, guys. Okay, that's the biggest thing with this. Let's take a look at current radar, and if you were to compare it to the HR right now, the HR would just look like pretty much a rookie model right now for basically how bad it's doing with the precipitation. Basically down here as well in eastern Oklahoma and southeastern Oklahoma, a lot of this is not being picked up by radar either. A lot of it's kind of sneaking under the radar because of how small the snowflakes are. So kind of keep that in mind as well. I'm looking at our other radar over here. There is a nasty squall, a snow squall coming into northwestern Arkansas right now across this area here. That's going to be making its way into the state as we get towards later this afternoon and into this evening here. Okay, so let me see here. I think that's it. So let me see here. Thank you so much for that. Don't start it in the comments. Mark, I hate you. Yeah, I watched that movie last night. That's funny. Let me see here. Now he's taking you seriously. Thank you for that. He's still driving home from Conway to Clinton. He wouldn't believe or not, and that's fine. Like I said before, not a lot of people are going to believe me. And you know, when you talk about this type of cold air and you talk about this type of snow coming in, naturally you don't believe it because it's Arkansas. You're this far south. You think this is something that you see in the Dakotas or in Minnesota or in Nebraska and stuff like that. So naturally, you're not going to believe it. but it can happen here in Arkansas. It's rare occasions, but it can happen here in Arkansas here. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to zoom this out so you guys can kind of get a visual on what we're looking at here. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now, guys, and this is rather insane. This is crazy. This is your snow blowing at this point. This is in northwestern Arkansas, by the way, for those that are wondering. This is the Welcome Center in Solon Springs right now here. And it's crazy. It's crazy at this point. So we're going to switch this back over, and I'm going to see if I can move over to here. We're going to stop that for just a bit, and we're going to take a look at the other areas of the state right now here. Okay, so let me see your traffic cams at this point. Traffic cams right now. Your accidents, not traffic cams. Your accidents that came down significantly. So that means RDOT's getting out and taking care of those accidents real fast. You're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wrecks now across the board, which still bad, but it's better than the 11 we had earlier on here. So one near the Russellville area, that was probably somebody that, you know, trying to get home and stuff like that. You know, the I-40 area over there. The I-540 area over there in the Fort Smith area, that's an accident. We've got one on I-49, which is not surprising, if you want an honest opinion. And then up here in northern Arkansas as well, that's going to be the area. And then one near Harding, there's your accident over there on Highway 62. 62 is a nightmare when it's severe weather. Not severe weather, when it's winter weather. I never want to travel on 62 when you have snow on the ground, because that's just asking for it at that point, because you have a lot of curves and stuff like that up there. So let me see here. Let me go over everything right now. Okay, I hate you guys in the comments right now. Let me see here. Will it snow? Let's see. Mina is now starting to see the snow. And the biggest thing is, if you guys are seeing it, send it, because we need those reports. Because right now, per radar, there's nothing in Mina right now. So if you guys are seeing it, send it in to us. And that way we can kind of confirm on what we're seeing across the area here. Okay, so I think that is it. Are the roads going to be clear? I'd say for the first 2 days, today and tomorrow, no. Saturday, question mark. By Christmas, you should be good to go. But for the next 2 days, it's going to be a no. If you see snow, consider the roadways not safe. If you don't, then you should be good. Jonesboro roads are good right now. Won't last that for long. Raining in Malvern, that's concerning. If you're getting rainfall right now, that water is going to stand there, and whatever freezes, whatever is left after this cold front is going to freeze rapidly across the area. Okay, so I think that is it for all the questions, guys. I've gone over all the information. Like I said before, you're not going to miss anything on the page. Check out our Discord link as well. We're going to have all that information is there as well. We don't get to your questions on Facebook, we're going to get to it on there. Send your photos, send your videos. If you're seeing it, send it. Okay, if you see it, send it. Because radar right now is only showing us a little bit. If you guys are seeing it, then it helps us confirm what the radar is not confirming at this time here. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. That's all the questions, all the comments and stuff for right now. And we'll continue to keep you guys updated right here, your source for all things Arkansas weather.